Hi there and welcome back. This is Fia. Today I thought I'd do something different, for me at least. It's gonna be a collage, but it's also gonna be a collage in a book. This is an idea I have stolen absolutely from Dede Willingham. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description box. I've seen her work in her book, this book, Abandoned Places, and it took me a really long time to get a hold of this. And it's probably the most expensive book I ever bought to do this kind of stuff with. It was 200 almost Swedish crowns. And so far I have only gone in and where there is text on white, I have just gessoed it over. And it's kind of hard to gesso over text on white. This is three layers of gesso, sometimes 4, and you still see the text. But that's okay, I'm gonna keep working on it. And I'm gonna do this my way, of course. I seldom do things exactly as others. So I have chosen this picture to work on. And I have cut out a butterfly and a little girl that I liked. And I'm gonna give her wings. I think I'm gonna cut the butterfly apart and spread the wings out more. And I'm gonna glue her in. And I will also be doing quotes, at least on some pages in my book. So I'm gonna start this off by just painting and fixing this. And maybe going in with something in here. So I've chosen some colors. This is the Martha Stewart Satin, and this is in indigo. This is a craft paint, and this is in sky blue, and just a white acrylic paint. So I'm just gonna get started. And before I start, this time, I'm gonna remember to put on my barrier cream. To hopefully protect my hands a little bit from drying out and stuff from the paint and stuff I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna start by, let's see, get my palette in, get some paint out. And when I was whitening the text out, I was using gesso mixed with a matte acrylic color to get more coverage. So let's see. Get some white in there. And just play, maybe get some baking paper underneath to not glue my pages together. I'm so used to working in my art journal where I prep my book as soon as I finished a page. Okay, I think I'm gonna go in with a brush. Let's see, I got 2 brushes here and get some paper. Wipe my brush off with. And I load my brush up with all the colors. and just try to get the edges. And the crack, of course. And I've been watching Dede work on this book, and I just fell in love with the imagery in it. And it's not easy getting all these books in Sweden. I was just lucky that I was just browsing the internet and found out that one of our Swedish bookstores had actually finally taken it in. And this is me looking for it for a couple of months actually. So I'm gonna do this to all open to the sky areas, because I want it to be more of a blue sky than this gray that there is now. And this book has some awesome, it's called Abandoned Places, and that's exactly what it is. And it has some gorgeous, gorgeous imagery of abandoned places, almost eerily haunting, some of them. Keep dipping my brush in all the paints to get some variation. And not have a single color just being blended of all the colors. So now I've painted all the small areas, so I'm gonna go in with my bigger brush and do the same thing. And with the bigger brush, I'm kind of stippling the paint on, almost, to get this sky that's kind of in turmoil. Go up here. Make sure the text is out. And go back in with my fingers to work some like clouds in. working with, I'm using it's called a filbert brush, and using the roundness of the brush. It's a flat brush, but it has a rounded tip, a cat tongue brush, and I'm using the roundness of the tip to my advantage, creating cloud shapes, or what I think looks like cloud shapes. Get a little bit more white out. Wash my brush off a bit. Then I think I'm gonna go in here just add some wisps of something. The same from here. And just working with my paint and my fingers to soften it out. And just trying to get a ethereal look to my little mist. Now I think I'm gonna go in with my round brush. Just get the blue paint off of it. And just add some more lines, or so to speak, to my mist. Give it more of a direction. In a way. Making it weave a bit. Get some more water in my paint. The white is a heavy body matte acrylic. so it tends to dry up pretty fast. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I think. Starting to get a scene. And as usual, I don't have much of a plan when I start my things out. I just start. I opened this book. Quite quickly just fell for this page. It's one of the first I looked at. And then I just looked through my pictures of people. Found that one. And decided to go with it. So I don't have a proper plan yet. What it's gonna say or stuff like that. But I'm sure it will come to me. I think this is getting to be something pretty cool. I think I'm gonna get this. Get it maybe from this window. Some water on my page. And I have not done any prep to this page at all before I started working on it. I just started painting straight on the page, so no like matte medium on it, no nothing. And this is a book with pretty, how do you say, sturdy and slick paper. So if you're working pretty fast, I think you'd be plenty okay just wiping off your paint if you get it somewhere where you don't need it or want it. Get some fog from here. Or mist or whatever it is. Trickling down. I think I'm starting to feel like this is getting done. Drip of water. Something like that. So now I'm just gonna go in with my heat gun. So, get my little girl. Ain't that pretty cool? Get my scissors. Oh, sorry. Hit the rail. I have my lights on that the camera is resting on. Cut off the body. And these are just, I found them free on the internet. Butterflies. I had them just printed out. So I'm gonna use my Liquitex basic gel medium in matte for this. And of course, can't forget the coffee. Cheers. See if we have everything in frame, like so. Put it down closer to me, like so. Now I'm just gonna get these wings on. Where do I want them? Like that, I think. Something like that. And like that. Yeah, that's cool. Now I'm just gonna go in and put matte medium all over the back of this picture. Like so. And matte medium over this, somewhere where she's gonna be. See if I can get her in. Like so. Get some more matte medium. And I'm gonna matte medium all over these pages. Make sure, first of all over her, make sure she's stuck down nicely on this page. So she doesn't come loose somewhere. And since I've been working with mostly matte paint and the pages are glossy in and of themselves, I'm gonna make this whole page matte. I probably won't go in and like varnish it or anything like that, because I tend not to do stuff like that. But it's nice to not have, sometimes I like having the different types of textures because it stands out in a different kind of way. But mostly I try to do it in the same type of, if it's glossy, I want it all to be glossy, or if it's matte, I want it all to be matte. And it just depends on what mood I'm in. So just getting some of the glue matte medium that started to dry up on my brush off it, and keep going. And this also helps, even though the glossy paper helps a lot with that too. If I want to move, like say I want to use a Pitt artist pen, like big brush or something, an India ink pen to get like shadows and stuff. This helps with being able to move it. It doesn't dry straight away, but it's mostly for me, it's getting the same feel on the whole page. And now I'm just gonna go over with a card, because I think I got a little bit too much matte medium. I'm gonna smooth her down as well. Something like that. And once again, I'm gonna go in with my Hika like that. And I'm starting to like this a lot. I think it's kind of cool. Now I think I want to stamp, actually. Should I use my stamps, Tim Holtz stamps maybe? My Tim Holtz foam stamps? Yes, I think I will. And some black paint. I have my black paint. And if you're wondering, I'm just off to the side here. I have my paint cart sitting there. Wait, I just need to get rid of some paint burgers. Get my jar to close properly. Like so. Let's see what I want to say. Okay. So I started with my words, or with my word. So I'm just here on the side. I'm just getting the paint smooshed out in a nice layer. Maybe you have figured out what it is I want to write by now. I'm just taking, I had some excess paint on my stamp, so I'm just taking my smaller brush, making sure it's a bit moist and clean, and just removing the extra paint. So now I'm gonna properly wipe off these letters so they don't dry with the paint on them, because then they would start getting hard and pretty much unusable. Of course, I put way too much paint out. So now I'm gonna go in with my Posca pen. Just get a paper, see that it's working. Okay, I'm just gonna lift it up and look at it. And I'm actually really happy with it. So I'm gonna go in and just stamp it. Sorry about that. Excuse me. And I'm gonna sign it. And this is my premiere picture in this book, Abandoned Places. And it's freedom. And I like it. I'm happy. And I'm so happy I got a hold of this book and that I got inspired from Dede Willingham to find it. So yeah. I hope you have an awesome day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.